Hey everyone, figure I'd give you another quick vlog. I'm actually going to record a couple of toy videos in a few minutes, but I figured I'd just go through this real quick, updating a few things I talked about a week or so ago. Overtime ended at my job, so hopefully I can get back into putting up one or two videos a week. Also, because of the overtime, I'm able to put enough money aside where I can go to TFCon Chicago for one day. I'm going to go Saturday the 22nd. So if you're going and you want to meet up with me, find me on Facebook. Go to my Darth Devious's Dungeon group. Find me there. Message me. Let me know. Try to set something up where, who knows, you want to meet me? Meet me. Otherwise, should be getting back in the swing of things. I do have all the Wave 2 Deluxes from Titans Returns. I have a couple other figures I want to look at. Nothing too crazy. I actually didn't have overtime this week, but I've been working on another project, and that's I'm upgrading my Jason Voorhees costume to look more like Part 6, Jason Lives. I redid the mask, which, just give me a second, I'll get it. But if anybody watched my view of the mask last year or the year before, the mask was basically, it's a 2009 remake prop replica that was given to me a while back, and I really wanted it to be more in line with Part 6. Now, it's not 100% accurate because the mask that they used in Part 6 had to be specially molded to fit over C.J. Graham's head with all the prosthetics on for the rotted and decayed Jason. So that mask was a little bit flatter than a normal hockey mask and a little bit wider, squat. It was more rounded than elongated. Weird. So I tried to approximate. I wanted the look. So what I did is I at my job we have acetone, sandpaper, all kinds of stuff because we do a lot of refurbishing of office furniture, including like filing cabinets and things like that. So we have the tools and all the stuff there to work with. So I decided I'll bring the mask in. I took acetone to it, took it all the way down to the bare plastic, sanded it up real nice. I took one of our jigsaws, I put the axe crack in the top of the mask, which you'll see in a second. Then I took it home, I got some off-white paint, and I repainted the whole mask this nice off-white color. It's not quite, it's more screen accurate to how the mask would have looked. I painted the red triangular chevron on it, which was different in Part 6 and Part 7 than it was in any of the other films. And then I put a dirt wash over the whole thing, a black wash, wiped it down. So it's a very light black wash on it. I didn't want to go overboard. I felt the one that, the way this looked originally with the prop replica, way too much of a wash on it. Way too much. And then I also took some push pins. I drilled little holes in the side and put the push pins in the side with some epoxy to approximate the little metal things that were sticking off the side of the mask. I think they were old rivets for something, but this kind of has that look. And the last thing I did was I took a pair of my wife's old pantyhose that were just no good, and I glued them into the back of the eye sockets, stretched them out, and then went over them with a black Sharpie, because when I put the mask on, you used to be able to see my eyes. Now you can't. I can still see out, but you can't see in. So this is the end result of the mask. The light's making it look a little bit brighter than it actually is, but that's that. If I get close, you can see the black wash on it around the nose and around the eye sockets. There's the crack that I put into it. This is probably the worst part of it for me, but the marks that are in it are actually screen accurate. I put them in as I was spray painting it. But it is so hard to get something like that on there. Um, Initially, I probably would have liked it if it was about an eighth of an inch or a 16th of an inch lower. But with the, like I said, the shape of the mask in part 6 was different from the shape of this mask. I would have tried to reshape this, but I don't have that skill. Also, this fits my head. This fits my head shape perfectly, so I'm going to stick with it. Whoa, focus! There we go. Doesn't like me showing two different faces. But you can see, if you get close, you can see there's... But when it's up close against my head, you can't see my eyes, which is what I was going for, because it's actually the same trick they used in the film. Is they glued pantyhose in there and had them blackened out, and it's just to give Jason that dead zombie look that he had in part 6. So I did that. You can see there's one of the little push pins I put in just to approximate that look. From the back, you can see where I glued the eye sockets in. And then I've also been getting other parts to go with it. I just got today the sheath for my machete. I found this at Goodwill for $1, so I can't complain about that. And then I got a utility belt. It's not accurate to the film because the one there had a metal clasp. They don't really make metal clasp ones anymore, so... But I'm going to go now. The last thing I really need to find is pants. I need to find brown pants to... The shirt, I already have the right color, even though it's only got one pocket. It's supposed to have two. Close enough. If I find a shirt that has two pockets that's the right color, I will get it. But, you know, here's what it is. And then today I picked up, as I knock stuff down, I picked up a bamboo pole that I'm actually going to turn into the fence post / spear. I got to get some sandpaper and sand it down. I've got some craft foam to build the spear tip and then the bottom part. I'm not going for 100% accurate here. I'm going for the feel of the costume from that movie, and I've gotten it really close. Now, when I put a bald cap on with makeup, it looks pretty good. I'm not going to do that anytime soon. I'm probably going to go out maybe later today, depending on what I find, put the costume on the way it is now, just to try it out. Because I wore it last year, but since last year I've lost a bunch of weight, so it actually looks a little better on me this year than it did last year. We'll see. Anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to. So, again, TFCon. I am going. I'm only going one day. I'm going to drive. I'm bringing my 2 youngest kids with me. It's a 4-hour drive from Toledo, roughly. I'm going to leave around 4:30, 5 o'clock my time, which should get me to the convention hotel about 8:30 Chicago time. So, because there is a time difference. That gives me plenty of time to get online. I'm going to go try and get in for the 9 o'clock early entry and take it from there. Don't know how long I'm going to stay for the day. Again, it'll be another 4 hours to go back. But we'll see. We'll see. There are a few people going that I'm looking forward to meeting. So, yeah. Alright. I've rambled on enough here. Back to toys.